start again. I'll ask you again.
Okay.
What are we doing here in the forest? What is this for a project? What is it about?
So here we have a group of enthusiastic people, activists, local Lviv activists who would like to improve the things in their forest. So we took them here together to train them on the forestry issues, on the forestry problems, and basically to teach them how to identify illegal logging and other forest crime issues and how to report them, how basically cooperate with the law enforcement agencies and with the FSC auditors also.
So those people can, after this workshop, after the seminar, they can go to the forest by themselves, or do you organize like group trips, or how is it? What can they do with this input?
We expect from them at least to report some strange things which they notice, and then after that, if they share with us the information, then we can consult them if there is a real warning situation, or that's just something which they don't understand, and we just teach them on the basic forestry issues. But if they notice something really wrong, then we help them to gather more information in order to transfer that information for the law enforcement agencies. Depending on what they found, we can immediately step into actions with the law enforcement agencies in order to prevent the forest crime going on.
So, but it's completely voluntary. They can do it or they will do it in their free time while taking a walk or a hike in the forest.
Exactly, that is the idea. So we try to target people who have more free time, who has open hearts for the nature, who spend a lot of time in the nature. That's hikers, that's bikers, other activists who just out there almost all the time and have a possibility to see the changes in the forest, and we teach them how to spot the things which are going wrong to report them.
What is so I got it, thank you. So what is in your opinion the biggest problem, for example in the mountains where we were yesterday? It's around Skole and Korostev in the Carpathians. What is the biggest problem there?
The biggest problem we have there is spruce dieback, which affects the mountain forest, and there are a lot of different occasions, or let's say
No. I can ask again.
The consequences. Reasons.
Okay, I'll ask again. So what is the biggest problem in the forest where we were?
The biggest problem in the mountains areas are the spruce dieback, and the main reasons for that is the climate change and some wrong forestry activities which led to creation of monocultures, spruce monocultures in the dawns where they shouldn't be growing just on their own. So that led to the massive spruce dieback. Plus we have some issues with clear cutting, so huge clear cutting areas which at some extent they justified by this spruce dieback, but also we have suspicion that foresters they use this as an excuse to log just more. So we have a combination of problems there, plus some illegal logging, which goes like small illegal logging from maybe for the firewood, or even for some more scaled logging. So that's a complex issues which we see there.
But for talking about the FSC, I mean the area there is FSC certified. Is it helping, because you were talking about clear cuttings in these areas and we saw them too, and it's still FSC certified area, so is it helping the FSC standards?
Well, FSC standards, I can immediately say that helps, but it is not that like probably people would like to imagine that FSC certified enterprise is completely different from non-certified. Uh, why? Because it's in order for FSC certification to reach their let's say good standards, like improve forestry very much. We need active citizens. We need somebody who will report that something wrong in that forestry enterprise. Report to the auditors. So the auditors they work, they react on the information from the from the third interested parties. If there are no information, they treat it as there is no kind of some wrong issues. So we need, in order to improve the forest practice, we need to such activists who will go out to the forest and report some things which going wrongly to those auditors, and then in this way the auditors can go and have some kind of evidences in order to improve, to punish or just to improve the forestry practice which those enterprises have.
Yeah, because the reason why we are here is that German furniture companies or German companies, it's not a German company, but IKEA, for example, IKEA Germany, or Hornbach, or companies like that, give out the promise to until the year 2020 to just sell FSC certification furniture or wood. And I mean, it means an incredible increase of the need of the production of FSC wood. And the question is if it's possible under ecological standards to do this, to increase the production, for example, here in Ukraine.
In Ukraine, it is possible because FSC certification, what does it take into account? It takes into account the sustainable way of forestry. And sustainable way of forestry is achieved based on the law, which is respective in the national country. Here in this country, we have very good tradition of good forestry laws. So we have forestry laws, and as you see, Ukraine has a lot of forest comparing to the other countries. It's not that destroyed. We are standing just a few kilometers from the biggest city in western Ukraine, and you see here is a beautiful nature forest with a lot of biodiversity in it. So Ukraine has already good standard of forestry in the country, and now we have certification which just adds some additional criteria to improve even the national legislation which we have. So this is I don't see any problems with following the national law, plus we teaching the forestry issues as a WWF. We teach them how to improve their forestry practice in order to include such things in their activities as caring about the biodiversity, leaving some biodiversity valuable trees, and changing from the practice of clear cutting to the selective logging. And here we have a good example already in this forestry units that because of Forest Watch we have a program. We actually noticed that they are clear cutting a lot of beech forest around the city. So we named that problem last year, and since last year they stopped clear cutting around the city. So this is they taking into account the problems which we raise as a society before them, and that could be done. But again, this is the theory, and there is a practice. So we don't want only to work with the theory. We would like to send such active people around the forest in the country, so they can control, they can name the things, they can take photos, they can take videos, and they can put them on EcoMap to be able to be visible for everyone where we have the problems. So everyone has a chance to improve the forestry in the country.
Yeah, that would refer to my last question. Is are you still okay, Maxim? Or